Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have discussed about that things with you, how can create some of the functional component into the functional component here with using that hook, how can create some of the function. So that means the on click event area, I just put that one of the constant into the constant area. I passed two of these parameter, and as I told you, first parameter will be your value, second parameter will be update your value, and then there is our with the set states I just added some of the initial states values. So that is I started from the 0, right? So right now we did that work with using that functional component. So right now, if you want to do the same things, if you want to do this function with using that class component, then how can do that work? So friend, I hope then everything will be very much clear to you, right? So right now I want to actually change it. So right now that is actually our functional component. With this functional component, I added our on click event. With this event, I just put some of the function. That means when you click as a click me, automatically it will be incremented with some of the count as a 5, right? So I just simply added as a 5 count. So that means it will be added our value into the value area. It will be added another 5. So right now I want to change it. I want to do the same things with using that our class function. That means the class component. So how can do that work? I show you. So when you click as a class component, then here you have to don't use that use states. Here you have to use that component, right? We did that work a lot of the time. So I just simply added that component. So that is our component, right? So here I just simply add it, and now I want to create one of the class components. So if you want to create the class component, what exactly you have to do? I just simply added the class, and then our class name, I name it as an app, and it should be extend, right? So it should be extends and extends our component. That means this component. So I just simply pass that component, right? So I just simply pass it, and then here we have to add the render. So I think you already remember everything. So that is our render, and into the render area we have to pass the return. That is a return, and into the return area. So into the return here I want to pass some of the dev. Okay, that means here if you want to show some of the value, you have to add the dev, and into the dev area I want to add one of the h1 tag. That means that is our h1 tag, and into the h1 tag I name it again as a click time. Okay, so better click time, and into the click time area I want to show some all that our count, and also I take another button. So I just take another button and add this button, and into the button area I name it same as a click, and then me. Here I've used that me, so better I want to change it. I make the things as a here. Okay, I just make the things as a here. Perfect. Now if you click as a save all, now if you refresh it, yeah, now you can see there is our click me and there is our click here. So now that is actually visible. That means our component is visible, and here I have used one of the class component, right friend? So this part I have already discussed about a lot of the time with you. I think you already know about it, how can create some of the class component. So now I want to add our this functionality. Okay, that means when you click as a click me, it's automatically will be updated some of the count value. So right now we are using class component. So with this class component, now we can actually use that states, right? So now I just simply added that states. So with this states I want to define one of the count value. Okay, so here I define one of the property name, and I just name it as a count. I just name it as a count, and I just put that value will be as a 0, right? So I just simply add it. So now if you want to visible this count, so here you have to use that this, right? So with this, then you have to use that your state, and then our property name as a count. So I just simply added that count. So now if you click as a save all, and now if you refresh it, yeah, you can see it's now count as a 0, right? So now it's perfectly visible. So now I want to add one of the event. That means on click event in our button area. So I just simply added the name as a on click, and into the on click area here I want to create one of the method. So here I want to create one of the method. So you have to add that this, and I just name it as increase. Okay, I just name it as increase. So now we have to create this method, right? So we have to create this method. So better after this After this, I just simply create as a increased, and then here I just simply pass our event, and then I want to create one of the array function. So I just simply added our array function, right? So into the function area, I want to actually update our this count, that means this property. So they have some of the 0 value, I want to update this value. Okay, so here I want to do, if you want to do that work, then we have to use that set states, right? So with this set states, we actually pass some of the value. So for the reasons, if you want to use that set states, then first of all you have to add that this and then our set states. So with this set states here, I want to pass it, and that means I want to pass our this count. So that is actually a count. So I just simply pass as a count. So that is our count. That means I want to update this count, right? So that is our count. I want to update it. So here, if you want to update our this property, then here simple things, we have to use same as a this, and then our states, and then our property name as a count. So I just simply added that count, and this count will be incremented with 2. Okay, so I just simply added as a 2. So friend, that's all you have to do. I think it should be very much clear to you. So now when you click here, automatically our this method, that means this method will be activated, and into this method area I create one of the function, that means the array function, and into the function area with this set states we can actually update our value, right? So with this set states, I just pass that value in our this states and count area. So I just simply added that count, and I want to access our this property. So if you want to access it, then you have to use that this, and then our states, and then our count, and this count they have some of the value. So I want to add that value plus 2. Okay, now let's check this out. Now if you click as a save all, I just click as a save all, and now if you refresh it, now click as a click here, yes, you can see it's now perfectly updated. So there is a 2, 4, and then 6. That means automatically it's added another value as a 2, right? That is our count started from the 0, and then it's added another value as a 2. So friend, I hope every line should be very much clear to you. So before that was actually one of the functional components. So now I just change that same function with using our class component, right? So with this we can do that work. So laterally when we will use that things in our project, everything will be more clear to you. Because of all, that's all that fundamental, and as I told you, just grab that all fundamental things and just remember it and practice it, and when you actually practice, then everything will be in your mind. Because of all, we will use everything in our project, and with using every fundamental knowledge we will create some of the project. So don't worry, step by step everything will be more clear to you. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.